This has got to be one of the most cool and hottest and fast and raw bikes that I've seen at EICMA so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're focusing on the same theme as the original bike with this new launch, aren't they? And they're just effectively saying that it's even more beastly than the original. And to be fair, having looked at it, got to say, it's seriously impressive bit of kit, isn't it?
Well, it's the looks to match as well, right? We already know. I mean, the SUPERDUKE, it's got a massive reputation of just being a hooligan bike.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
Yeah.
They're actually saying that the beast has got beastlier,
Yeah.
which is similar to what they're saying about the 890 Duke. The Scalpel's just got scalpeler.
Yeah.
So the beast has got beastlier. And I mean, hey, everything about it screams beast. I mean, 1290 twin with 180.
100, now it's 180.
180.
It's quite interesting having spoken to one of the other manufacturers yesterday about what they're trying to do this time around with new bike launches, especially with Euro 5 legislation, and how much more difficult it is to get bikes through that test.
Well, it's really hard to make an improvement in that, you know, with all that into account, right?
Oh, without a shadow of doubt. But
even to remain the same horsepower and weight and all that kind of stuff, that's a massive challenge. Never mind making improvement.
Well, the interesting thing, and this is the thing I think that excites me more than anything, is actually they're reducing weight. So some of the manufacturers have done it. They've done it with this. This bike is 6 kilos lighter than it was last time around. There is a slight power hike. This goes up, I think, as we just said, to about 180 horsepower. But a reduction in weight has multiple benefits. It means the bike's easier to slow down. It means the emissions are lower. It means it's faster. It means it's more agile. It's more flickable. There are so many more benefits. But I mean, I think that is one huge advantage. For me, it's the thing that really stands out is the way the bike looks. I just absolutely love the styling on this bike. I wasn't, the original SUPERDUKE for me, I wasn't super convinced. I wasn't convinced. This time the draw factor is. I'm struggling not to salivate right
it's
now.
Fantastic. Well, interestingly enough, you're actually in the market for super powerful naked bike, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
this has got to be on the.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I think I had some kind of strange and erotic dream about this last night, having seen it yesterday.
Well.
This Kawasaki's new ZH2, which I'm hoping we'll probably talk about at some point. Tribe, I believe, I don't know whether the bike's here, but I believe they're launching an uprated speed triple. I just love a good naked, but I've got to say, at the moment, this is top of the list. I've looked at Ducati's new V4 Street Fighter, which I'm assuming we'll talk about as well. But for me, at the moment, this is top of the pile.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. I love what they've done with the exhaust system. Obviously, the camera's around there, but the exhaust system looks fantastic, in my opinion. Obviously, this one's been fit with a full Akroprovich system, but even the standard one looks absolutely mint.
Well, I mean, I think this is going to be a massive favourite for this bike. One of the things that we were talking about with Ollie, who's on our camera today, last night when we first saw the bike, was the standard system. Because it's got a single-sided swing arm,
it kind of covers it a bit, doesn't it?
But when you see it with the cut of it, I mean, that just looks fantastic. And I think the proportions are right. The packaging looks good. I know you can be deceived when you're in this kind of environment when you're looking at bikes, but actually it's quite a compact machine.
Oh, really compact. I mean, can you imagine what this is going to ride like on the road? It's just going to be like just raw. That's my impression. It's going to be super raw.
We probably should have got Ollie in on this one, because I know that he's ridden the original bike. I haven't had the opportunity. And obviously we've ridden the 790, and I thought that was quite a bit of a monster, but this is a whole other level. Monstrous power, huge torque. It's just a wheelie machine. It's a hot rod. It's the kind of hot rods of the Super Nakeds, isn't it? And everybody seems to be kind of just incrementally increasing power and dropping weight, and they've done pretty much the same thing with this machine.
That being said, though, it has got all the bits to sort of complement that, so it's not just all power. I mean, they've done a huge amount of work on the chassis. And that's actually the big thing that KTM are talking about, is the chassis, making it stiffer, better handling, more agile, and
more stable,
and pairing it with some fantastic components. I mean, WP Apex Pro suspension, which is just phenomenal. These brand new Brembo Stilema, which again is the kind of really the new M50. Really clever braking system. I mean, CNC specifically to induce sort of more airflow, so you don't get that build-up of heat when you're really going
Yes.
hard. I mean, it's a clever system, and actually I think a fair bit of the weight is saved by the new Brembos.
So yeah, when we were talking to Paolo yesterday, he said that the effectively they're sort of peppering holes in the caliper to make it lighter, but also to make it to improve the airflow to stop you getting your brakes too hot. It's so clever. The other thing I love about this is the switch gear. I know it seems like a really silly thing, but I think they've improved that massively. It all feels really nice quality and premium. That's the right word. Yeah. The finish does feel another notch up from the previous bike.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you.
And what? I've decided.
Yeah. So pricing on this is not wholly confirmed yet for the UK, but we're looking at about sort of 17, 18 grand for this, aren't we?
I think between 17.5 and 18k. That doesn't include the tech pack, which is something they're obviously doing for this round of releases.
That's fitted on this bike.
Say again?
And that's fitted on this bike, tech pack.
Yes. Yeah, and that again is very similar to what we talked about with the 890s R, track mode, multiple rider modes, 9-way traction. And Paolo was just saying to us that when you're on track and you're really putting some heavy braking down, it'll flash the rear light to let other people know that you're really. Cool. So there's some really nice features, but you are adding
another 700 quid basically. Yeah.
950 euros.
Okay.
So it's not the cheapest bike in the world, but you are getting something really special.
So that's been our first look at the KTM SUPERDUKE R 1290. Absolutely love the bike. It's gorgeous. So stay tuned, we're going to be shooting more bikes from EICMA and the latest basically for the 2020 season. Please like, please comment, love to hear what you think about the bike. Please subscribe to the channel as well, and make sure you hit that notification bell too, and we'll see you next time.